And I think one of the things that I didn't know before starting to do some research was some of the volunteer activities that you are involved with, part of which actually intersects with my life and a number of the former military folks that helped write Granite Rock, which is your The Fallen Patriots, which I have to bring up. I am a double Blue Star dad. My oldest served a tour in the Marines in Iraq. And then my youngest son, who went into the 101st Airborne, served a whole year in the upper Pesh Valley in Afghanistan, up near the Pakistan border. In fact, his forward operating base was the most attacked site in theater that year. My eldest son came back pretty okay, bum knee, medical discharge. My younger son, not as much. While he is not fallen, he's in trouble. But this program that you're doing, the Fallen Patriots, and helping the children of the Fallen Patriots, those who have given all for us, you're trying to help the kids with their education. Certainly, this is something that's totally voluntary on your part.
Sure, yeah.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, and before I tell you about Children of Fallen Patriots, I want to say thank you to you and to both of your sons. We honor that, and I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. My son also is interesting story. I think you'll like this story, and then I'll tell you about Fallen Patriots. But I'm so proud of him. He is a graduate of Yale, and he was majoring in economics. I thought for sure he'd go to Wall Street or in some financial job. But instead, just before he graduated, he came to me and he said, you know, Dad, what I really want to do is fly jets for the U.S. Navy. And so he has gone through officer training. He's earned his wings. He is now flying. He's now training. He is flying the F-18.
Nice.
So now, Children of Fallen Patriots is a fantastic organization. We have a very specific mission, as you stated, which is to take care of every child who loses a parent in active military service, and take care of their education all the way through college, or it could be vocational school, or whatever is going to make that child successful. And it doesn't matter if the service person is killed in the line of duty, in combat. It could be a training accident. It could be suicide. We'll take care of the kids because that it really doesn't matter from the child's point of view. And so far we have now taken care of just over 1,100 children with their education. And the other thing that I want to mention, because I'm very proud of this, is that of every dollar that's donated to Children of Fallen Patriots, 98 cents makes its way all the way to the kids.
That is a tremendous ratio. You were to be congratulated for that.
It's
because
phenomenal.
There are tons of charities out there that purport to do similar type things, and then you look at the GuideStar rankings, and they're miserable ratios. So that is spectacular.
Well, so what we're doing here really started because my friend David Kim founded the organization. He is a West Point grad who was down in Panama when one of his battalion mates actually was killed. And that battalion mate had a daughter that he never had a chance to meet. So my friend David started helping that little girl, and from there 1,100 additional children, and here we are with Children of Fallen Patriots. And that was a number of years ago, but it was only 4 years ago that I learned about the organization from David. And the reason is he called me up one day and he said, Jay, you've got a consulting firm. I have a consulting firm. And he said, you guys can help me answer a question we don't know the answer to. And it kind of surprised me because I would have thought they would have known this answer. And it's, how many children are there in our country who've lost a parent in active military service? I never thought there's a database or a list or something, but given military privacy laws, there is no such list. So we set about, put a team on it. And what we learned is that, kind of an astounding number, there are nearly 20,000 kids in our country who've lost a parent. So what that did for me is I began learning more about the organization, meeting some of the moms, meeting the kids. And when you do that, your heart, it just absolutely goes out to them. And so about a year and a half ago, I was sitting with David, and this comes to what we're doing here in New Hampshire. I said, we've got this great organization, but unfortunately, we're doing these great things, but generally speaking, nobody's ever heard of us. We don't have much visibility. We need to really attack that. So I volunteered, said rather than take on the whole country at one time, let's pick a place. We picked New Hampshire to go really deep and develop kind of a microcosm or a lab here where we could develop some best practices on getting grassroots support, raising money, getting actually finding kids. Finding kids is one of the, because they do get lost in the network. And say, let's build a team here in New Hampshire, and then from those best practices, we'll have a playbook. We'll take that playbook and roll it out across the country. And that's what we're doing here in the state. And pleased to say we're making great progress.
And if people want to learn more about this organization, they would go where?
There are two things people should do. This is very, very simple. Number one, they should go to fallenpatriots.org. So just fallenpatriots.org. That's the national organization. Great website. One of the things I encourage there is that there are some fantastic videos of that tell the stories. That tell the stories of what happened. There was a death. There was large questions about how economically they'd ever be able to take care of their children's education. Fallen Patriots gets connected with them and opens up huge opportunities. So go to fallenpatriots.org. The other thing is that here in New Hampshire, the best place to go is to our Facebook page. And all you need to do is to go to your Facebook and type in New Hampshire Supports Fallen Patriots. So New Hampshire Supports Fallen Patriots on your Facebook.
Well, very good. I'm going to swing back to the book for just a moment, but I knowing of the organization, I had to let you have a plug here. You talk about the book, it celebrates traditional American values. Again, I hate to keep doing this, but we have to acknowledge the reality that this country is split over values. We talked about de Tocqueville. We know what the values of America were back then, mostly. When you say traditional values now, what are they, and how do they contrast with perhaps other people who look at them differently? Because all you have to do is watch the TV, you read the blog sites, you read the news sites, and you see that disconnect. If you could go into detail on that, please.
Croc TV.